Hello, everyone. My name is Tom Hockenberry, and I've been given the honor of welcoming all of you to our 2021 commencement ceremony. If we were unable to hold the event in person due to weather or other circumstances, thank you all for still watching to support me and my fellow students on this important day for us. But there is one upside. At least you didn't have to deal with the nightmare of finding a parking spot. So, welcome to graduation, and welcome to the end of a very long and very frustrating year. It's been an exhausting year for everyone, not just students, but teachers and parents as well. So I think I speak for everyone when I say it feels good to be finished. No more will teachers have to worry about forgetting their microphone is muted and accidentally teaching 20 minutes of an online class without anybody hearing what they're actually saying. No more will students have to worry about accidentally showing up at school on the day that you're supposed to have virtual class. And no more will our parents have to deal with us at home during the hours that are usually their only time they get a break from us. So it is my privilege to welcome all three of these groups this evening and thank them for all that they have done. Thank you, teachers and administration, for your continued devotion towards helping us succeed, especially during this difficult time. Also, as a quick side note to that, I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Corrado. Please give him Educator of the Year already. The students that have had him will certainly agree that he deserves it. Thank you, fellow students, for being so supportive of everyone in the school, including each other, and showing perseverance during this difficult year. And thank you, parents, for not only helping us succeed, but perhaps more importantly, allowing us to fail a little bit as well along the way. I believe that failure is a very important part of education. Failure allows you to see the consequences of making bad decisions, which provide reinforcement to make the right decisions next time. Failure enables us to learn far more than success ever can, and perhaps more importantly to me personally, failure provides the motivation needed to succeed. If all you ever experience is success, you have no motivation to do better and fulfill your true potential. You need to get knocked down in order to learn how to stand back up, and I think that's an important lesson to learn early in life. In a few months, I plan to move out to Indiana to start studying at Purdue University, and I'd like to share information about an initiative they reinforce there called GRIT. At Purdue, the Associative Dean for the School of Engineering described GRIT like this: "Grit comes from within, and it is built from a drive to succeed, the ability to overcome obstacles, and the perseverance required to make it to graduation day. These qualities are what make a good student. Not intelligence or test grades or class rank, but the ability to fight through the rough patches and come out stronger on the other side. So congratulations to the whole class of 2021, because it is clear that you all possess grit after persevering through this school year. However, know that the struggles are not over. There is a much longer and much rougher road that lies ahead of all of us. Some may not be certain of what direction that road leads, nor where the final destination is. But take comfort in knowing that the decisions you make directly after high school are not binding. You can always change your mind. A couple of careers I've considered in the past have been a professional pianist, an astrophysicist, a fighter pilot in the U.S. Air Force, an aerospace engineer, and even an automotive engineer. And while I eventually decided on pursuing a career in aerospace engineering, the other careers in that list are still just as exciting as ever to me. If I decide I want to do something else, I know that I can change my mind at any point and try something new. Though all the parents paying college tuition in the audience might have a few words to say about that. In third grade, one of the best teachers I've ever had, Mr. Zimmerman, told me, "If you love what you do, you won't work a day in your life." And this has been a goal of mine ever since. If you don't like what you end up doing after high school, do something else. You still have plenty of time to decide on a career. Graduation is by no means the finish line to this race, and nobody has won or lost yet, regardless of their GPA. The race continues regardless of how the first mile went for you, and one number is not capable of evaluating human potential. Neil Armstrong received low B's on his first year of engineering, and not only did he use that as motivation to do better the next years, but he also went on to accomplish one of the greatest feats man has ever dreamed of. There is a long road ahead, laced with bumps and cracks for us to stumble and fall on, and it is not a question of if, but rather a question of when we will fall, because it will certainly happen at some point for everyone. But what is important is that you get up, dust yourself off, put a Band-Aid on your scraped knee, and keep going. Because consecutive failures ultimately lead to success. And I know every student sitting here today is destined for success. Thank you.
Good evening. To the Penn Manor class of 2021, congratulations. The recognition you are enjoying today is well deserved. But far more important and permanent than the diploma you will receive tonight is the education you have earned these many years. For education is a possession of which you cannot be robbed. To the guests of today's graduates, I congratulate you also. Accomplishments of this stature are rarely achieved alone, and recognition not nearly as meaningful without family and friends with whom to share it. I come this evening not to offer advice or analysis. I come instead to celebrate the nobility of teaching, to convey gratitude, and to challenge us to live up to the better angels of our nature. Like many of you, I owe much to education. I cannot recall a time when learning was unimportant to me. I am the proud product of public schools, the beneficiary of intelligent, curious, and caring teachers. Their influence convinces me that education is among the greatest instruments for good in our world. These special individuals taught me reading, writing, and arithmetic, but they also demonstrated for me what it means to be an effective teacher. Miss Gilbert, thank you for exciting my youthful imagination by assigning books that open doors of curiosity and encourage me to face squarely the call of compassion. Mrs. May and Mr. Ryan King, thank you for teaching me to think before I write, to say something worth saying, something of importance and something of interest, and not to fear mistakes in doing so. Mrs. Clegg, thank you for introducing me to mathematical literacy and reasoning. I fell in love with math in your class. Mr. Osmolinsky, thank you for refusing to mock education with mediocre expectations. Those expectations discomforted me, but that discomfort became a catalyst for intellectual development. That anxiety and risk produced its intended effect, the thrill of comprehension. History has never been kind to idlers. Neither is AP Physics. Mr. Corrado, thank you for rejecting daily arrogance and ignorance. Your pretend bravado notwithstanding, it is your keen attention to your students, even more than your mastery of related rates, that makes you a remarkable teacher. For 13 years, I have been blessed with teachers, these and others, who carry at their profession with nobility of purpose, method, and result. So, to the faculty, thank you for your unselfish investment in us, for walking with us, before us, beside us, and behind us on our journey of discovery. For me, that journey began at home. My primary appreciation is thus reserved for my family. From my mother, I learned that my mind was a gift from God. From my father, that its development a religious and ethical obligation. Just as important, in their presence I always felt like I belonged. That was the greatest gift of childhood. Mom, thank you for pouring your mind, heart, and hand into raising me. You were my first, my most important, and my best teacher. Dad, thank you for introducing me to the world of ideas and to my responsibility to think critically about those ideas. Because of you, I am not indifferent to evidence, immune to logic, or devoid of perspective. And to my brother, Ryan, I have witnessed and tried to mimic your discipline, seriousness of purpose, humility, and the manner with which you treat others. To be your brother is an immeasurable blessing. I look forward to the next few years with you at Penn State. To the Penn Manor class of 2021, tonight we celebrate. Tomorrow we stand face to face with life. While I make no pretense of having figured it out, this I believe. We have spent years acquiring moral and intellectual discipline. We are enabled, by reason and resolve, to develop those disciplines further. We are capable of distinguishing truth from falsehood. We know that learning, loving, serving, and creating are the hallmarks of a meaningful life. And we are prepared, by the abundant opportunities which have been afforded us, to make the world a wiser and better place. The play goes on, and it is now our turn to contribute a verse. Fellow classmates, I wish you success in your public lives, satisfaction and peace of mind in your private lives, and, above all, faith in the meaning of our common effort. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Jordan Shucker, and I am grateful to be your salutatorian for the 2020-2021 school year. For anyone who has not been keeping track, I wanted to start by stating that when our graduation ceremony started at 7 p.m., it had been 276 days, 11 hours, 20 minutes, and 0 seconds since the first bell rang on our first day of senior year. That is 6,635.33 hours, or 398,120 minutes, or 23,887,200 seconds, depending on how high you wish to count. And because this past school year was anything but ordinary, I've been searching for a way to write a speech that encompasses everything we have gone through as students, as teachers, as administrators, and as parents these past 276 days. And the more that I struggled to find the perfect words to say, fewer words started coming to my mind until I decided to focus this speech on just one word: tenacity. As a general rule in life, I try to avoid cliches, but I hope you will bear with me because I believe that sometimes they are necessary in order to get a point across. If you went to merriam-webster.com, you would find that tenacity is defined as the quality or state of being tenacious. And you would probably think to yourself something along the lines of, that's not incredibly helpful. So you would then click on the word tenacious to discover that it means persistent in maintaining, adhering to, or seeking something valued or desired. In a word, tenacity is perseverance. But because I am not a huge fan of dictionary definitions, and I'm sure not many of you are either, I wanted to describe to you the ways I have witnessed tenacity at Penn Manor over the years. As a senior class, I believe that we are some of the most tenacious young people of our generation. I firmly believe that everything that has seemingly gone wrong this year, from Google Meet crashes to quarantines to an excessive number of fire drills, have all made us stronger. And long before many of us knew what a pandemic might entail, I saw tenacity amongst people all over the Penn Manor community. I saw it through the hard work of athletes and coaches on the track and volleyball teams, through the perseverance of the students in my various AP classes when we were all struggling for that final A, and through all my teachers over the years who have pushed me and themselves to be the best people we all could be. As I stand in front of you this evening, I would like you all to think of one thing you are grateful for as a member of the Penn Manor community. And fellow classmates, when we leave here tonight with a new piece of paper and a high school degree, I want to challenge you to keep this thing in the back of your mind. For me, what I am eternally grateful for is tenacity, my own and that of those around me. As you can see, tenacity surrounds us, envelops us, and consumes our lives in ways we never dreamt possible. As a proud member of the graduating class of 2021, I look forward to seeing the many ways that this school year will pay off in the future. Our sleepless nights and stressful days will certainly not have been for nothing, for I firmly believe that perseverance in the face of adversity will always lead to beautiful new beginnings. And so, I truly hope that you feel you spent these past 23,887,200 seconds in the best way that you could. I know it was not easy all of the time, and I know there were probably days when you wanted to give up on this school year. But look at us. It is because of our tenacity that we are sitting in this stadium today. I want to end my speech by extending a huge thank you to everyone who has helped make this school year possible. To the teachers especially, your hard work behind the scenes has been inspiring, not just in the midst of this pandemic, but every year that I have been a student in this school district. If I could leave you with one last piece of advice, something that I myself have struggled to achieve throughout my teenage years, it is to be bold. Have courage, work hard in everything you do, and always look at the present as a path being paved for all that you can accomplish in the future. Never be scared if your passions change or you fall out of love with the thing you believed you were destined to do. Pursue your life where your gifts lie, and trust your tenacity to get you where you are meant to be. Thank you again, Penn Manor, for the wonderful journey you have led me on these past 12 years, and good luck to my fellow seniors as you follow your ambitions fearlessly and with all the tenacity you can muster.
Now, you guys knew better than to let me speak at graduation. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. To my beloved class, it's been real. And it's only getting more real. No more wasting money on snack cart. Good evening, teachers, administrators, and families. It is truly an honor to stand before all of you tonight. These past 4 years have been a complete roller coaster ride. It's been fun, it's been stressful, but most importantly, it has been a learning experience. Interestingly enough, I was visited by something called doubt. The first time doubt visited me was my sophomore year, shortly before I decided to run for president. Doubt told me I wasn't a leader, that I couldn't do it. It told me that I shouldn't even bother trying. Doubt came and tried to deter me from every opportunity that was presented before me. It always told me no, but something called faith always told me yes. For we live by faith and not by sight. Just because it's not tangible, that doesn't mean it's impossible. Ironically, my freshman year, Colt Barley told me I'd be president one day. I thought he was joking, but Colt had faith in me, and so did everyone else around me, from my parents and Mrs. Simowitz to Dr. Mealy and Coach Toole. To Emily, Nija, and my sisters, thank you for always believing in me. It's the faith of the people here at Penn Manor that has kept me going, especially this year. A strong feeling of discouragement fell on not only my shoulders, but this class as well. However, one thing I can say is that this class has demonstrated a lot of resiliency. We have been able to bounce back from every obstacle and make the best of every unfortunate circumstance. This year has made us flexible, adaptable to change. And even though many of us had to suffer from migraines from looking at a screen all day, we all managed to make it to this day, graduation day. I am proud of every single one of you. Whether you are attending a 4-year community college, trade school, or joining the military, your accomplishments do not go unnoticed. It has been more than a pleasure being your president. To the class of 22, I have the greatest faith that your senior year will be 10 times better. Don't take it for granted. I humbly pass on this torch with the faith that the next class will achieve so many accomplishments. With that being said, the simple faith that either someone has in you or the faith you have in yourself can take you far. You are able to do things that doubt didn't think you could do. As my wonderful mother has always told me, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Anything. We all have fought the good fight, we have finished every race, and most importantly, we have kept the faith in not only ourselves, but each other. May you all prosper in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you. In taking this torch, I plan to carry on the determination to succeed that is so prevalent in the class of 2021. I'm sure we can all agree that this year has been extremely unprecedented and quite the roller coaster. Even so, you all have made the most of it and have shown my class what it truly means to persevere in spite of challenges. Thank you all for setting a great example for the class of 2022 and for giving us your parking deck spots. I wish you all the best of luck in this next chapter of your life. Thank you.
4,665 days ago, we stepped into the towering hallways of elementary school. Slowly but surely, we all became a little bit smarter, a little bit taller, and a little bit wiser. Only 2,480 days later, we said our goodbyes to our favorite teachers and played on the playground one last time. 1,370 days ago, we started our freshman year of high school and walked through the long hallways we thought we would never be able to navigate. Finally, after what seemed like a lifetime, 281 days ago was our last first day of school. Out of those 4,665 days, after all the accomplishments and setbacks, after all of our firsts and lasts, only one day matters, and that day is today. One thing this year has taught us is that nothing is guaranteed. Sometimes it is too easy to focus on what has happened in the past. However, the past is what shapes us into who we are today. Despite focusing on what was unfortunate about this year, I ask you to reflect on how much stronger we have become. No amount of guilt can change the past, and no amount of anxiety can influence the future. There is simply one thing to do: be in the present. Seize every moment of every day of our short lives on this earth. Dalai Lama once said, "There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, and most importantly, to live." As humans, we like to feel secure and comforted, but being secure often leads us to regret the decisions we do not take. Throughout the next years of our lives, you'll be presented with many opportunities. I encourage all of you to fully immerse yourself in every experience you encounter and to live your life to the fullest. As we approach the final moments of commencement, we are all presented with the realization that today is the final day of our high school journey. There are no longer teachers to report to and administration to look out for. However, it feels like something is missing. For 13 out of the 18 years of our lives, this is all we have known. Some of you may be extremely excited to leave, but others of you may be uneasy. There will be a part missing from everyone that is left here at Penn Manor. Together, each little piece everyone leaves behind at this school all forms the memory of the class of 2021. Be proud of what we have all overcome in our years at Penn Manor. We may be leaving, but we are not left empty-handed. We leave with our achievements, memories of best friends and favorite classes, favorite lunches, and most importantly, a diploma. Tonight, when you are celebrating, I ask you to reflect in solitude and cherish this much-earned day. Congratulations, class of 2021. You should all be immensely proud of how far you've come and the accomplishments you've achieved. I cannot wait to see where life takes each of us and the new exciting adventures we all embark on.